Welcome back, Pokemon fans. Angel of the Night 091 here, coming at you with a Global Challenge 3 battle. And as you guys know, that is the third challenge in the Global Challenge series. You guys have not yet been able to see my Series 1 or 2. Mainly because when I was going through it, I wasn't necessarily so happy with the outcome of those battles, but I did record all of those matches live. But nonetheless, we are going to be talking about Global Series 3. Now, on May the 4th, I posed the question, can Paldea Combat Tauros be used in Series C, or Regulation C rather, with the Curse attack? Now, as you guys know, with Curse, it raises your attack stat, your defense stat, but lowers your speed. But if you are a Ghost type, it actually acts different, and it actually inflicts damage on your opponent each turn, as long as you're a Ghost. So, one thing that I've been able to determine with this team is if you pair it with Amoonguss, you're able to get a couple of curses in to raise up your defensive stat, as if, you know, his defense is not already bulky enough, including with the attack stat drop with Intimidate. But by saving the Amoonguss and Tauros to being in the last part of the party, that actually helps out the team quite a lot. And as you can see here, we had the Fluttermane come in at the very beginning. We were able to take out Pelipper right away. However, there's the Palafin threat here where he's gone 0 to hero, and he's in his heroic form. Now, that is going to be a bit of a problem, especially if it has Jet Punch. But Meowscarada does have a Sucker Punch capability as well, so that's also an equal threat. So we're actually going to swap out our Fluttermane here and go into our Amoonguss. Now, this is a very standard Amoonguss set. It's a Citrus Berry Amoonguss with Regenerator. Terra type, though, I've set it as Poison. I didn't really see a need to really set any specific typing to it, because I don't really have the need to go to the Terra type as much with this team. Ev Spread, of course, is 212 in HP, 156 in defense, 4 in special attack, 116 in special defense, and 20 in speed. Don't worry if you guys didn't get all that, that is going to be in the description below. However, one thing I've done differently with my Amoonguss is I've gave it more of an attacking set. It's got that Sludge Bomb, Spore, Rage Powder, and Clear Smog. You don't normally see a lot of Sludge Bombing Amoonguss in Series C, so that's something to take note on. Now, with the Rotom, you guys, I don't know if you've seen this yet or not, but this is a Confuse Ray Thunder Waving Rotom-wash. As you guys know, I love to set up some hacks, and the hack squads are usually pretty good to me. So we have brought that along for the team. We've got the leftovers onto it there, and it's going to be quite helpful to regain some health back as we go. Obviously not in this situation where Meowscarada just one-shots it with Flower Trick, but I really didn't think I had a safe swap in to bring anything else in. I really wanted to keep it in there to try to get some sort of like a Thunderbolt off onto the Palafin, but of course in this situation here we weren't able to survive. So unfortunately for us, we lose a Pokemon. We're going to go in with our Fluttermane here again, seeing as how, I don't really want to bring in the Tauros right yet. However, if I did bring in Tauros, we might have been able to get the attack drop on both of his Pokemon because of the Intimidate. But we're going to just hold on to that there for later on. Now, with the team that we have, we ended up going in with the Paldea Combat Tauros, Annihilape, Arcanine. Now, my Arcanine, you guys don't get really to see in this set, but or in this video, but it is more of a physical attacker, more so than like a defensive set. So that's kind of helps us out along the way. We've got the Rotom-wash, the Fluttermane, as you guys can see, with the Booster Energy, and the Amoonguss. Now, unfortunately for us, we do lose our Fluttermane here, and that's okay, because we are going to be bringing in the big dogs. We're going to bring in our Paldea Combat Tauros. Now, I don't believe I've done any kind of terrestrialization as of yet. However, we are going to get the attack stat drops on both his opponents. So Arcanine and Meowscarada have lost some attack stats. Now this time I'm kind of pondering what I'm going to do. I'm either going to go for the curse or I'm going to go for the close combat. If I went with the curse, that is going to raise my defensive stats up at this time. If I went for the terrestrialization, however, and curse, that would actually do something different. Now I believe here I actually went in to choose the close combat. Now I don't always go for the defensive curse every time. That's something that kind of, you have to weigh the pros and the cons. Now, in this situation, if I stayed in with the Paldea Combat Tauros in fighting type, that kind of opens up the Meowscarada to use like a play rough on me, and I do not want to have any part of that. So we actually survive a Flare Blitz, and luckily for us, we're actually in the rain. So we are going to regain some health there with our Citrus Berry, yes. Close combat coming into the Meowscarada, that is going to be able to drop the Meowscarada. Unfortunately, it does drop your defensive stats in special and physical defense, but that's okay. There is enough boosts on Tauros, like it is pretty much almost max defense. I'm actually running a set right now where the EV spread is 108 HP, 200 in attack, and 200 in defense. So it's pretty much as maxed as it can be, but the EVs and HP are definitely quite helpful. So we've got, Curse, Close Combat, Tera Blast, and Wild Charge. One thing I have to say, though, I did miss having Earthquake on Tauros in this tournament, just because a lot of the Pokemon that were coming into play could have actually gone down due to the Earthquake. I didn't really think about having that on the team when I built the team. It was actually quite fast. I came up with it one afternoon. I believe it was 2 days before the competition, and I'll be honest with you, when I was using Global Challenge 1 and 2 teams, it didn't really work to my benefit, so that's why I swapped it up last second. So it actually tended to work a little bit better. Now, one thing I'm going to say is I'm going to be uploading a lot of my wins, and the reason why I'm going to do that is because those are the better battles. Out of the ones where I did lose the match, they weren't as close as everybody would have thought. So just keep that in mind. I think I've only got maybe a little over a day's worth of content that actually was worth watching. I was also, going through some stuff, with my grandfather in the hospital and suffering a heart attack. And of course, he recently passed. So that's kind of something to take into consideration in the ratings. I wasn't all there in my mind, but luckily for us, we did get quite a few good matches. So this is something that I'm actually very proud to share with you guys, as this is a team that I kind of come up with 100% on my own. There was a little bit of Smogon inspiration in some of the sets, but other than that, any of the little nifty tricks up my sleeve are all from me. So we go in for that Rage Powder here, and of course that is making the Amoonguss center of attention. Arcanine is going to wake up and go in for the Crunch. Now, if I did not have Amoonguss there, I'm pretty sure that would have done a world of hurt onto Tauros, but luckily for us, we were actually able to get Amoonguss the center of attention. So we get the Arcanine knocked out, and that is going to be game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the battle there today. If you did, you guys know what to do. Post your comments, hit that like button, and I will see you guys in the next battle upload. Cheers!